Hey guys, it's Emily with my newest video for the 12 Days of Vlogmas series. And before I start today's video, I realized that I haven't mentioned this in a video yet. But last night, I was Disney Damsels finally posted another video. I was so happy because they're one of my favorite YouTubers. I love watching their videos. And they announced how they were doing the 12 Days of Vlogmas. I was like, I should do that too. So then last night, at around 12:30, I started decorating. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a nice blanket or whatever, and I'm gonna hang it up on the wall and make it look nice. The blanket wasn't big enough, so I took that down. This blanket wasn't big enough. That didn't work. But the biggest thing is, and I think I took a video of it, so this Christmas tree. I don't know if you guys can see it in the shot normally, but I wanted to be able to have this little Christmas tree in the shot, right? So I get the Christmas tree out of my closet and I'm looking for my decorations because I had just emptied out my closet and all the things that I didn't really want up but I might need at some point, and I put them all away in a box in the playroom closet. And I'm thinking right now, Emily, why is it that you would put your Christmas decorations that you were gonna need less than a month later up in a box in the playroom closet and then put another box on top of that and then decide to start preparing this stuff at midnight? So I took a little clip of it and I may or may not have deleted it. I don't remember what happened last night. But I took a little video that showed that the little thing that I held the Christmas ornaments in the box. So then I had to go up there and try not make any noise and take the box off of it and then take the other box down and then open it quietly and then move all the stuff around really quietly so that way I didn't wake up anybody. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna wake up really early and film all these videos before I normally wake up, because normally I would wake up 10:30. But I'm gonna wake up at 9 o'clock and film these videos, and I'm not gonna leave my room until I finish filming the videos that I had planned, right? Okay, so I was like, oh, I want Minnie Mouse ears. And why is this the first time wearing these ears when these are better than but the other two pairs of ears that I have on are Bethany's, and they're in her room. And it's about 2:30 at this point, and I'm okay, I might as well just go get the ears now. I'm not gonna wake her up. And I put the flashlight on my phone, and I walked in there and I got the ears and I wrote a little note, and I put the note on her dresser. And I was like, you know what, maybe I do get makeup in case I want to wear lipstick or something, which she didn't have any lipstick, but I'm wearing eyeshadow that you probably even can't even tell I'm wearing. So I was like, let me get that, and it's right next to her bed, and I get it and she doesn't wake up, and I walk out of the room and she wasn't awake. And I could have closed the door then, but no, in my mind I was like, let me take that note that I put on her dresser and put it right next to her on her nightstand, and then she woke up. So basically I'm saying, why do I decide to do things at 3 in the morning? But I thought that I should rant about that, because I didn't talk about in the other videos. And Bethany's back there. She was crying from laughter. But in today's video, I am doing my top 5 favorite Disney movies. So I'm going to start from number 5 and then work my way up. But number 5 is Princess and the Frog. And Princess and the Frog is a Disney movie, and it stars one of our newer Disney princesses, Tiana. She's actually the first African-American Disney princess, and she lives in New Orleans. And basically she had this dream of opening up a restaurant and being famous for her restaurant. So she's working hard at this job all day, barely getting any sleep, so that way she can get the money to open up her restaurant. Because her dad said that, what's the line in the song? Fairy tales don't come true. or something, like you gotta work for it. And that's the message that they're saying, is you can't just sit around and wait for your dreams to come true. You actually have to try and make them happen. So she's over there trying to make them happen, and then she goes to her best friend's like party that her best friend really wanted her to go to, and she meets this frog, and the frog tells her to kiss him so that way he won't be a frog anymore. But instead of him turning into a human, she turns into a frog, and they have to try and find a way to not be frogs anymore. And then throughout the story, the two of them fall in love, like a normal Disney fairy tale. Now number 4 is Tangled. I love Tangled, and I didn't realize that I loved Tangled so much until I rewatched it when I was doing my Disney like movie marathon, I guess. And I didn't realize that I loved like any of these until I did that. So I'm so happy that I decided to watch all these movies. But Tangled is like, Rapunzel is like my favorite Disney princess now, since I watched the movie. Her and Cinderella are my favorites. But the story is that Rapunzel was stolen when she was very little because she has this magic hair that can it can like heal you, or what Mother Gothel wanted the person who kidnapped her was that it would make her young again. So she kidnapped Rapunzel and locked her up in a tower for 18 years, and then when Rapunzel turned 18, she decided that she was going to escape, and she left her tower with the help of a person that she just met named Flynn Rider, and then they went on this adventure, and by the end of the story they ended up finding her parents and her going home. And then of course they fell in love, like all the Disney stories. Now number 3 is Wreck-It Ralph, and Wreck-It Ralph was actually my favorite before I had decided to rewatch any of the movies on this list. And I really want to see the new Wreck-It Ralph movie. And I heard that some people think that the Ralph Breaks the Internet is better than Wreck-It Ralph. But since the movie, like the second one just came out, you guys probably know what Wreck-It Ralph is, but it's about a guy named Ralph who is the bad guy in his video game, and he doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore, he wants to be the good guy. So he decides to leave his video game and try to go to other ones, so that way he could be the good guy in those ones. Now, my favorite animated one is Hercules, and Hercules is about a kid named Hercules who he is the son of Zeus, but one day, I think it was Hades, tried to like kill him, and he got taken away, and some mortals found him and they took him in, and then when he was a lot older, like 18, I hear my dad. You there?
Hello.
Hi.
Ooh, you filming?
Yeah.
This is a worldwide production?
Mm-hmm.
It is, okay, it's great. Enjoy filming.
Okay. So back to Hercules. But, so basically these mortals found him and took them in as their son. And Hercules was like a mess. He like destroyed everything in the village and all that, and people didn't really like him because of it. But when he got older, he decided to find out who he really was and go searching for his, like real parents, like what he was meant to be. And so he went to the temple of Zeus, I think it was called, and he would go talk to Zeus, and that's when he found out that Zeus was his father, and that he was meant to be a god on Mount Olympus, but that he had to earn his right because almost all of his power was taken away by Hades. So he had to try to earn his way to being a god again, and by trying to do like, he thought that it meant that he had to be really strong and like just save people, but it wasn't about how strong of you were. It was about how strong your heart was and how much you can love people. So when he saved Meg from dying and causing him to almost die himself, he became a god on Mount Olympus until he decided that he didn't want to be because he wanted to stay with her because he loved her like all the other Disney movies. And now, I just put these as like one because they're the same franchise. You guys already know that I love Pirates of the Caribbean. So my very favorite one is, at least for right now, is the second one, which is Dead Man's Chest. And then my second favorite right now is Curse of Black Pearl. But they kind of like switch back and forth between those two. Pirates of the Caribbean is about the whole series is about a guy named Jack Sparrow who goes on these adventures at sea, and like things like battling the dead or old enemies, things like that. And he kind of meets people along the way. So the first three, which the first two are like my favorites, and then the third one, I really do like, but it's like really long. He helps this young couple named Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner throughout their adventures. And then the fourth one, which I hate, is where Jack Sparrow is like the main character. And I'm not as big a fan of that because he works good as like the secondary character, as I said in my last video. And then the fifth one, which just came out last year, I like that more than the fourth one, and it takes the same, I guess I would say, look at the films as the original ones did back in the early 2000s, where you take a young couple, or well, two young people who aren't in love yet, and then take them on an adventure, and then they fall in love by the end of it. So that's why I like that they went back to that concept a little bit. And you did get to see Will and Elizabeth at the end of it, which was cool. And I did hear it was like a rumor that they were going to reboot Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. And they said that they weren't going to do it Johnny Depp, but you can't do Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow. You have to have Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow if it's Pirates of the Caribbean movie. That's why he's been in all of them, and there's been no other character who's been in all of the movies. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Put in the comments what your favorite Disney film is, whether it's animated or live action, and I will see you tomorrow with a new 12 Days of Vlogmas video. Bye!